Agora a gente vai ouvir mais uma convidada internacional. Dessa vez, direto da Bélgica. É a Astrid Severin. Ela vai nos falar sobre soluções circulares para os resíduos. Bem-vinda, Astrid. Você já está aí? Se apresenta para a gente, por favor, e conta um pouco da sua experiência.
Well, hello everyone, and thank you very much to the Zero Waste Institute Brazil, and in particular Rodrigo Sabatini, for inviting me to the second Zero Waste Cities International Congress. I'm very pleased to make this virtual presentation at the hybrid event, and so I can be with you without traveling to Brazil. My name is Astrid Severin, and I will present Circular Waste Solutions of Greenovate Ltd to you. But let me start with some European policies and challenges that we see in the waste sector. So, in 2018, we have had a very complex waste legislation package under the Circular Economy Action Plan, and also new targets that have been decided to put forward. The first one is the Waste Framework Directive, which puts a very strong emphasis on waste avoidance and circular economy, keeping materials in the loop. It sets a wide set of recycling targets. By 2025, we have to recycle 55%, by 2030, 60%, and by 2035, already 65%. It also includes separate collection of biowaste by 2023, end-of-use textiles by 2025, in addition to all the other fractions which we already have to collect separately. Moreover, in the European Union, we have also introduced a harmonized methodology to calculate these recycling rates. As we are 27 countries, you can imagine that is a very necessary measure that we had to take. So, moreover, we have a landfill directive that this has put forward the target of reducing landfilling by 10% by 2035. In the European Union, all over, we are landfilling still 28%, with a higher rate in the Southern Europe than in the Northern Europe, where there is more incineration. So there is a very mixed reality in this regard. We also have the new Packaging Waste Directive, which requires to recycle 70% by 2030. There are different targets for the different fractions. 30% for wood, 55% for plastic, 75% for glass, and 85% for paper. Moreover, the Packaging Waste Directive makes extended producer responsibility also mandatory by the end of 2024 for all member states of the European Union. So I also would like to speak about the first challenge that we see here in Europe, which is, of course, the plastic challenge. Plastic production has been growing a lot worldwide and is predicted to even grow further, double by 2040. And and most of the plastic ends up in nature and as marine litter, as you will know very well, also in Brazil. And even where the plastic is collected, it is often incinerated or exported into third countries. Like Europe still exports more than 5 million tons of plastic to countries in South Asia, for example, like Malaysia, Indonesia, and so on. And most plastic is used for packaging. So HDPE, LDPE, and PP account for almost 50% of all of this plastic. Finally, we also have the European Strategy of Plastics in a circular economy, which has also been put forward in 2018. And it looks to make all plastic packaging recyclable by 2030. It also looks at restricting the use of single-use plastics and of microplastics as intentional use. And in 2019 already, the new EU rules on single-use disposable plastic products has been coming out. It bans 10 items that are most found on European beaches and in European seas. And with the beginning of this year, these items are banned and have to be replaced by alternatives that are reusable. The second challenge that I see is the bio-waste challenge. There's also a lot of bio-waste generated in the European Union. Alone 96 million tons per year in the household waste, and another 421 million tons of food residues from the industrial food manufacturing. Of course, this puts enormous threats not only because we are wasting a lot of food whilst people are going hungry in the world, we're also wasting our resources, water, soil, energy, human work. And then the bio-waste goes into incineration and is lost, or it ends up in landfills where it produces methane, a very potent greenhouse gas, or leachate, which is then coming into our rivers and groundwater. The main solution for this is, of course, to avoid food waste. That is clear. But if we want to recycle, a combination of biogas and composting is the best solution. And bio-waste is a big part of our household waste, so we all can do something about it. In Northern Europe, it's between 30 and 35%. In Southern Europe, bio-waste is already 55% of the household waste, and that is approximately the same in Africa, and we also see this in Thailand or, for example, in Brazil. So what is Greenovate Ltd proposing in terms of circular waste solutions? So we are offering policy advice. Of course, we are writing a lot of studies, and we also develop zero waste concepts. And we are a project developer and technology broker for waste sorting and separation, so to enable the recycling. We are also offering technologies for cleaning the organic fraction for biogas and composting, technologies for biogas, for electricity and fuel production, chemical recycling to bring plastic back into the plastic loop, gasification and waste to hydrogen technologies that can be used for hazardous waste, for example. And we are also involved in landfill rehabilitation. Our projects are in Europe and Southeast Asia, in Africa, and also in Brazil, where we have a specially adapted biogas solution that works very well in your climate and with your feedstock. So our collaboration with the Zero Waste Institute Brazil has started already back in 2014, where we have been looking into developing a concept for the renewable energy house in Brussels. In this house, there are more than 20 renewables and sustainable organizations, and more than 100 people work there. Plus, there is a lot of visitors every year coming for conferences and events. And all of them, of course, create some sort of waste. So we signed a zero waste commitment with the Renewable Energy House. There was a composter put in place for the organic waste, mainly, of course, coffee as it is used in offices. We also replaced all the single-use cutlery, china, and cups with reusable items. We introduced the glass bin, and we also got rid completely of all the PET bottles. 4,000 per year we have been using, and we replaced it with water fountains. We are also preparing bio-waste for anaerobic digestion and for composting. As you can see here on the right, even separately collected bio-waste comes in packaging, and with packaging you see here the separately collected one, but also waste coming from supermarkets. And if you want to receive a homogeneous fraction that can be put into a biogas digester, you have to clean these impurities. At the same time, this will give you a much better gas yield. It will reduce the wear and tear in the biogas plant, and it also provides a much better compost. And the contaminants are completely separated and can be recycled again. So the anaerobic digestion and composting technologies that we are proposing can be used for agricultural waste, also for commercial bio-waste, of course the separately collected bio-waste, and we also can treat the organic fraction of household waste. Finally, I would like to share with you a chemical recycling solution that we are proposing, plastic to plastic. Here, we are converting a mix of used plastics through catalytic thermal degradation of the polymers. The input is some of this most used packaging material, like the HDPE, LDPE, and the PP. Also some PET we can use, but this is maybe better recycled. And then as an output, we receive a light distillate with which we can produce plastics again, a middle distillate for diesel, and a gas for our own consumption in the machine. So also a good solution we can provide here. So with this, I would like to end and encourage you to contact us if you need one of the circular solutions for waste, and you find here all my contact details. So please don't be shy, be in contact, stay healthy, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.
Muito obrigada, Astrid. Que maravilha, né? Para velhos problemas, eu acho que precisamos de novas soluções.